Hello and welcome to another deck flip through. This is another deck which forms part of my non-Magic the Gathering deck collection, and it's another tarot deck. So I'm going to flip through the 1JJ Swiss tarot card deck. Interesting deck to look at up close because it's an older deck. I have the box. And according to the box, so this is made in Switzerland but distributed by US Game Systems Inc. We've got a very small and succinct instruction booklet which really just covers the major arcana in terms of suggested interpretations, and then on the flip side we have a suggested spread for this along with other instructions. So the copyright on this is 1970. There's even a reference there to a thing about ask your dealer for a tarot cartomancy catalogue or send $2 for a 48-page full colour catalogue. I think on somewhere else in here I saw a reference. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's also a 1974 copyright reference on there as well down the bottom. So there's a couple of other things in the deck as well. We've got these additional cards which are the same size as the cards in the deck and have the same backing on them, and they look like, again, just catalogue references for different decks. So there's a couple of those, but those ones are for the I'm assuming the Swiss side of things. The A.G. Muller information. So I'll just zoom in a little bit closer. Now I've removed the box. There we go. So let's flip through these. And of course, you'll notice with these older decks there's quite a lot of the complexity of the artwork, if you can call it that, tends to be within the major arcana. And with the minor arcana, you see it in the court cards, but all of the other cards, the designs, relatively speaking, when you compare them to a more modern tarot deck, are fairly straightforward. Although, I would say with these decks, always keep your eye out for very interesting embellishments when we get to those particular cards. But you might notice with the major arcana a lot of the things that we see here in terms of certain representations and symbols, we do also see in more modern decks. And what I'll probably do in the future, I keep mentioning it, is probably only do this with cards that are roughly the same proportion I might get around to doing a side-by-side flip through of, say, 3 decks from different eras. Okay, so that's the major Arcana over with. So yeah, just keep a lookout for, like I was saying, the difference between some of these in terms of as you go through these, the design in terms of where in this case the swords are is the same, but you may notice some additions here or there in terms of what they've added. And with the the odd cards, the odd numbered cards, you notice there the swords in the middle. And you might also notice in one suit, the 4th card is IV, but in the other 3 suits it's 4 eyes. So now we're on to the court cards for the sword. Now we move on to cups. Again, just notice the reoccurring embellishments outside of the particular suit symbols, and where they appear in relation to, in this case, cups, and also like how much do they move around, and how much positionally do they change to adjust to the increase in the number of, again in this instance, cups, and how that differs when you look at different suits. And you may notice repeating general patterns there, or not, as the case may be. So moving on to staves. Interesting, now they've got up to 10, how they're positioning those staves relative one to one another. suit different embellishments. Now we're on to coins. I'm actually not sure where I picked this deck up. It definitely wasn't in 1974. I suspect it had been lurking around in some game store. It is always fascinating where tarot cards turn up. I think I mentioned there was a local store that did furniture and various other things, and there was a section at the back where they'd have, like, you know, little gifts and trinkets and stuff like that, and small items for the bedroom, and it was normally mixed in amongst all of that alongside a few games and toys. So there we have it. That was a flip through of the 1JJ Swiss Tarot deck. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in a future episode.